I want to show you how you can make your life better. Little ideas that you can adopt, that once you begin to live by those ideas, your life begins to feel rich. So they say that variety is the spice of life. Also, variety in experience is what gives your life its richness. Let me give you this example. If you have a person who lives a triangle life, they go from home to work to synagogue, they keep going within these locations. They have family members, they have colleagues, and maybe they make some friends. That person is exposing themselves to experience each day, but they're exposing themselves to common experience. They experience the same people and the same place. And life like that can become very monotonous. You expect the same things. But there's a problem with that, in that you're not really living life. Just like how rainbow is beautiful because it has plenty colors, not just red. It has yellow, green, blue, and it is the combination of these colors that give them its beauty. Your life is the same way. It is the variety of experience you have that gives your life, I call it richness, but that makes your life feel tasteful. Have the habit of exposing yourself to new experience. And what I mean by new experience is go to new places, talk to new people, try out new things. Now, that person who is going within these 3 or 4 environments, I want you to compare the life that person is living in terms of the richness of their life to somebody who travels the world. Imagine going within 3 places for a month, and now imagine traveling around your country for that month. You cannot compare that life that's been lived in that span of time. The person who is traveling is meeting new people, going to new places, eating new food, experiencing new culture, learning new languages, seeing that people can behave differently. That is what growth is. In terms of growth and in terms of maturity, you cannot compare those two. But it's very difficult for you to gather new experiences when you are just living a very routine life. You have to have some kind of spontaneity to your life. Sometimes just do something a bit different. And I also remember one thing I want to add. I was watching John Wick. There was a tattoo on his back. That tattoo says, "Fortune favors the brave." We don't like risk. We prefer to be in an environment where we can predict it. But when you're exposing yourself to life, when you're trying out new things, trying out new skills, talking to new people, when you do all that, you are putting yourself at risk. And innately, we know this. The risk of failing, the risk of wasting your money, the risk of being hurt. If you travel around the world, you also expose yourself to the chance that you will come across a people or a culture where they treat outsiders badly and they will treat you badly. That's a bad experience. So now for you to live life, you have to risk being hurt. For you to truly live, you have to accept the possibility of death. Death, the word that symbolizes all negative experience, like failure, pain. You can't truly live life without pain. A person who spends 10 years traveling the world has lived more than a person who spends 50 years working within a certain environment they put themselves in. Yes, there is risk that you will be hurt. There is risk that you may waste your money going to that place, and that experience you wanted may not be what is there. How can your life change if you keep on doing the same thing? If every single day you keep on doing the exact same thing, you are just maintaining the life you already have, either in business or in your relationship or in whatever endeavor you are chasing. Those big fortunes, they come from trying so many things. Steve Jobs did not just sit down one day and think of a good product for Apple. He tried so many products. This is how you become fortunate in life, by exposing yourself to new things, by being open. Fortune favors the brave because they understand that yes, there is risk. There is risk in adding variety to your life. Life is risky. Somebody comes with a new idea, give it a chance. If there's a place you've always wanted to go to, find the time to go there. But you cannot have the good without the bad. You have no choice. But if you start a new business, there's every possibility that you could fail. But if it does well, that could change your life. Understand that making those big leaps comes from you trying out new things. Comes from you adopting this mindset of seeking out new experience. I'll give you another very simple example, okay? Just imagine the life of somebody who always buys Coke. Whenever they're out and they want a drink, they're always buying Coke. Think about that rainbow example I gave you. Just seeing the color only. Every single time, Coke, Coke. And you're trying to tell this person that try out Sprite. Or try out this new drink, whatever it is. But say, no, I'm comfortable. And this is how most of us live our life, because we are used to Coke. Those environments now, those are our space. We are used to them. If you try out a new drink, there's every possibility that it may come across a drink that is healthier and tastes better, and drink you would love. But there's also a risk that you may try out that drink and you could waste that money that you would have used to buy something is already used. So most of us have been in situations like this. I'm not sure if this product is better or this other new way is better. And I'm telling you that there is no way to hedge the risk. The risk is always going to be there. But be bold enough to try that new thing, because you may just discover something there. something better, and that's what I call fortune. So that's the same thing, the same example I put with the Coke can. So take that too to life. If you are somebody who is in an industry and you see that there could be opportunities in another industry, switch. I just saw one of somebody who is a biochemist, and the person switched career to technology and they are doing far better financially. It's not that they weren't doing well with the biochemistry. They tried out something new and they're happy at the end of the day. They may have tried out that thing and discover that, oh, they wasted their time, oh, there was nothing there. When you make your life rich, there is a possibility of you acquiring bad experiences. But trust me, it is worth it. All fortunes come from doing something different. So with life, you never know where you could benefit. If you want to live a life that is as beautiful as the rainbow, true living is in the experience itself. The experience of life is what life is. There are people that have gone to places you've not gone to, that have done things you've not done. When they come back and tell you these stories, are you not awed? Are you not feeling like you wish you could have done that? They've lived more than you because they've done more than you. A rich life, an expanded life, a life well lived is a life with a variety of experiences, both good and bad. So always be in search of new experiences and inevitably you will have fortune.